Okay, so my name is John. I'm 43 years old. I'm dad of two adorable boys, 4 and 8 years old. And uh, and yes, I have been a very resilient kid. Some very hard things happened to me when I was young, when I was a child. But thankfully, I overpassed that. And this fortune, I wanted to share it again. Fortunately, I've been pretty well educated. Initially, I studied economy and engineering. I started my career in bank and finance, and finally moving in Africa to work to develop microcredit networks with big multinational NGOs. Then, after 5 years, almost 5 years in Africa, I went back in France and developed a company of business advisory services to help big companies and governments to develop a sustainable development strategy. Then, until the French government uh, trusts us enough to work on the organization of the COP21. Then, after it, I knew that I wanted to change. And instead of trying changing the world through big responsibility with big organization, United Nations, governments, big multinationals, I preferred to act and to use my skills in a very little humble territory in a city I really loved and still in love with, which is Barcelona. Then this city has a forgotten district, a forgotten neighborhood that no one's giving any interest, a district full of migrants, a district with a very high density of population, a district of very high rate of vulnerability. And so this is where I decide to stop by and to spend the rest of my life developing a community of solidarity and full of diversity with 97 different nationalities, with more than 20% of the population undocumented. So yes, this was my territory, and I'm still in love with it, and I'm still happy to contribute to the social impact on this territory. So we all have a superhero sleeping inside us, and this superhero needs to be educated in order to fully bring what he or she has to bring to the humanity. So first, being very humble. Secondly, listening what's happening on site, listening experience people, listening theories also, listening the experience of other people are there for a while, and trying not listen too much your virgin superhero. It will probably mislead you. So this is my best advice for people who do not want to fall in the white savior complex. And no matter the color of the savior, it can be black and having the same syndrome. Okay, so the difference between the perfect words we're dreaming about and the real one. Well, um, for my part, I definitely prefer the real one because it's bringing a lot of surprise. So, what might look disagreeable is probably what will teach me the most. So, feeling comfortable with the unforecasted, even feeling comfortable, feeling uncomfortable is probably the key. And enjoying any moment, especially when I'm surprised, when things are not happening as they were supposed to be. So give voice to community means to help the community express itself. Uh, Giving the vocabulary, giving the space, giving the active listening are fundamentals to be able to give the voice to the community and reformulate what was said by the community and to approve this reformulation by the community itself is at least the key we experienced here. Wow, at the beginning, Enriquez'Arte was just a place full of trash, a swimming pool full of trash, and just a place of shame, a place of hate, where several neighborhoods were trashing their device, their trash, and by accusing each other to be dirty people, uneducated people. So a lot of racism between foreigners themselves. That was what inspired us. See, okay, here we have the compost to fertilize something new, and asking people not what they complain about, what they would like to see instead of this trash. The main mission of the project is definitely community building. These people are from more than 100 different countries. So they gave up with the place where they were born, the place where their family is staying, where they have their roots. So they definitely need a sense of belonging. And this is what we wanted to build and what we're still building. This takes time. This doesn't work in just 1 year. And but this is bringing a lot of okay. So volunteership is definitely the pillar, the center, the epicenter of the project. And many humanitarian projects would never been without volunteership. So what we name volunteering here is educating volunteers to help themselves to improve continuously what they're doing, improve technically, but improve personally, and also improve their motivation, improve their pride of being part of this beautiful project, to help them seeing the long-lasting impact of the project and being happy of being humble of just bringing one brick of the entire house we are building together. Yes, volunteership is great. It makes people happy. A good volunteer is, as I said, someone humble, ready to do what is needed to be done, ready to learn about the big picture, about the vision. A good volunteer is someone is making question without doubting of what we're doing, but also being humble and not pretending that we are saving the world, trying to save ourselves first before trying to save the others. And to do it, we have to shine. If a volunteer is not happy for some reason, probably need to step back with the volunteership. This NGO is trying to impact the community by developing a sense of belonging. Sense of belonging means that they are part of their territory. They are not a foreigner, they are not aliens, they are absolutely recognized for what they bring. And we all have to bring. We all, the most educated, some PhD people, into the illiterate people, we all have something to bring that no one can bring if we are not bringing it. So our body is not a car. Our body is ourselves. So caring our body is the way to grow in peace and to help others growing in peace. The thing is, our brain is not made to constantly train our body. Since the very first humans were moving their body and using their body only to survive, and the rest of the time they were just resting. So we still have it in our brain. So this is giving us the opportunity to discipline ourselves. Because now we don't need to hunt or to harvest to survive, but we need to care our body. So yes, that's why in the community we give a lot of care to our body. We train every day and we practice many different kind of sports, and we respect our body. We don't try to overpass. Each body is unique. So deal with it as it is. Community is like a mirror. It's reflecting who you are. Because when you're living in a community, you cannot hide yourself. You can hide yourself during maybe 1 week, 10 days, but no more. When you're working with the people, when you're living with the people, when these people are also your friend and you're spending 24/7, they will know your best weaknesses and your best strengths. And thanks by this knowledge, they will help you to grow, to improve yourself, to meet who you are. Yes, so ethics and discipline. This is very important to work on a daily basis on our code of ethics, to improve it, to improve the guide we need to lead the behaviors to fit with this code of ethics. So by leading our behaviors, we are leading the project, we are leading our mind. So yes, our mind is crazy, is getting escaped all the time. But thanks to discipline, thanks to happiness, we can empower our mind to achieve its goals and the goals of the community. So I've always been socially oriented. I remember when I was a child, I was always ready to help the child is alone in the backyard, the one no one's want to play with. And I've been this kid too. But fortunately, I've always been a leader. So by being a leader, it's leading people not to just be the best, but do their best to help the ones that are not the best, and to help them becoming the best without fear. So I've always been like that, and I realized about 10 years ago that doing it in a very little piece of territory was giving me the main happiness, like just digging one hole, just building one community instead of flying everywhere, traveling all around the planet. No, just staying and seeing the planet from one neighborhood without moving. Yeah, that definitely filled me. So how do we assess ourselves? How do we assess our social impact? Well, by measuring. This is my engineer side. I'm obsessed by measuring things all the time. So people knows me here that I'm always sending Google Forms to fill and making statistics and crossing the results. Sometimes there are anonymous surveys and yes, recollecting numbers all the time in order to bring critics to call the attention of people out of the NGO, some experts to criticize what we're doing. So not being scared of being criticized, not being scared facing someone and say, oh, you're wrong on that. No, we love it. When someone is saying us, you're wrong, you did shit, we're happy. We're happy because it is the greatest opportunity to improve what we're doing. So if you want to start a social project and you don't know how to begin, definitely begin by yourself. Listen what is giving you like butterflies in your belly. Listen what your friends admire with you. Listen what moments made you the happiest in your life. This will give you the main guidelines how to start your project. Then do not think too much. Just do it and act it. It doesn't work. That's normal. You need to polish it. You need to work on it to improve and to try again and again. And step by step, you will see something grow. Sometimes it takes time. Here, it took years to understand what we really wanted to do and how to do it and how to motivate people to follow and support. So yes, that was the path. Sometimes we struggle with it, but we do not regret anything. And we are happy to share our experience in order to help you get some shortcuts. So join us. Well, freedom. People believe that freedom is you do whatever you want whenever you want. And I would not define freedom like that. Freedom for me is to be free from the influence surrounding you. And there are a lot of influence, the influence of your family, the influence of your friends, the influence of the society, huge influence of marketing, of social networks. And this is most of the time driving you. And no, this is not freedom. Freedom is being able to step back with all this influence, being able to step back with your self-sabotage. And this means stepping in, discipline, working on yourself, and being happy to struggle to learn who you are. So that's very interesting because Catalonia is a very traditional country. It's very important, the traditions, the original culture, the original language. But they're also very open for innovation. It's a very progressist and modern country. And I definitely believe that traditions and innovation needs to embrace each other. So in order to make it happen, we need to decrease our fear, to change what always worked until now, decrease our fear of stepping away from what we've always done in the past and decrease our fear of unknown. Yes, this is innovation means we are facing unknown event, unforecasted event. So let's enjoy it. Well, a community is a sum of individuals. So we should never forget it, that A community is a sum of individuals with their own history, with their own past, with their own traumatism. So yes, this is the hidden part of the iceberg, and we should never forget it. And the community is able to give voice to any individuals. And the individuals are also able to say, hey, I have something really important to say now. I have something to share. So this is the answer. The community is here to value and to empower the individuals, and in exchange, the individuals are empowering the community and giving strength to it. We might feel down. That's totally fine. We cannot be every day at the top. It's impossible. No one is doing it. So when you feel down, when you feel uncomfortable, embrace it. Embrace it. Beyond the clouds, the sky remains blue. The first social issue we try to solve through community building is selfishness, is loneliness, individualism, people-centered on their problems, without seeing a lot of solutions, without seeing that the community could bring solutions, without seeing that they could bring solutions to the community. So community is creating this magic that I feel I am part of the world. I am part of the solution, instead of thinking that I am part of the problem. Replacing guilt by happiness. This is the plan. And this is what you can see on many faces in the smiles here every day. So we never stop to measure. We believe that we can't manage what we don't measure, so I'm obsessed all the time by numbers. I'm obsessed by serving people with the names or anonymously, crossing the results, sending the result to experts to be analyzed, to be criticized. Yes, not staying in our corner with our self-satisfaction. This is not fair. This is not true. We should show our results all the time to experts. Yeah, definitely. Working in network is non-negotiable. We would never been able to do anything we've done without many strong partnerships. Some are our partners from the very beginning. Some entered very recently. We do not make difference. We love these partners. They love us. Their culture might be different. Their interests might be different. We always exploring how to meet the expectation, how to express our expectation to them. Yeah, when you build a community, you need a strong code of ethics. You need strong norms. But these norms need to stay alive, which means that they are growing. They are going to be more precise. They are going to be under discussion. So yes, they need to be flexible sometimes, but to think collectively about what should be done. And that's normal to feel lost sometimes. And when we feel lost, we get back on the values, the main values that founded the roots of the NGO. Then we try to find the answer in these values, in the behaviors should born from these values, from these ethics. Commitment means sometimes to achieve our goals, our collective goals, I need to step back with my individual goal. This is my best definition of commitment. Well, Enriquez'Arte is a place, and this is a soul too. This is a collective soul, since every person came here, brought something here. And this is nourishing the soul of this place. And many people, when they come here, they feel, oh, the energy is strong. The same energy you might feel when you enter a monastery, a place full of history. Yes, a lot of intensity was brought here. A lot of emotions were brought here. And this is also giving a different touch to the soul we are sharing together. So never giving up. Yes, we all feel down sometimes. We also feel desperate. It's happening. That's normal. That's part of the process. It's okay. It just means I need to step back. I need to rest. I need to take a break. And then I will come back and see that things keep going, even if I'm not here, even if I step back. And I will be surprised and impressed by the rest of the community is still leading the things even when I'm not there. So yes. So that's very interesting. The collaboration between the sovereignty, the official sovereignty of the country, the government, the city hall, and independent activities, self-managed projects, self-managed communities. It's like dancing a tango, it's like dancing salsa. And sometimes we definitely online, sometimes we definitely agree, and sometimes we're also in conflict and we are nourishing each other to realize which one is doing which work, and no one is above the other. We are all working for the same goal, co-living, peace between different political opinions, between different histories, between different origins, between different educations, and being proud of this diversity. I think the government goals in democracy and NGO goal is definitely the same. So the strategy to keep motivated the team, I guess, is to create the space for expression and to explore, never stopping to explore the way to help people expressing their deep needs, individual needs and collective needs. So thanks to that, I guess we can give an appropriate feedback to the expectation and explain them that we need their commitment to give them what they need, to fill the expectation, and also to express them that this might take time. So be patient and enjoy the present moment. Enjoy this incredible path to reach this point. So the crisis is probably the moment where you improve yourself the most. And we are this kind of people. When we're going through a crisis, we try to see it as a great opportunity of improvement, of rethinking things, of replaying the games. And crisis is great. Crisis is bringing positive change. Crisis is challenging us, of course, but the change would never happen without crisis. Okay, well, first, it took me too long time to realize that my best moments in life were when I was volunteering. I volunteered all my life, but part of my job, part of my default life, and when I start to clearly express to myself that, what I love the most is volunteering. My best emotions were through volunteership. I firmly made the decision to dedicate the rest of my life to that. And I don't need any more alarm clock. I'm feeling very happy when every day is starting. I know that surprise will show up. I know that unforecasted event will happen. I know that great things were supposed to happen finally won't happen. And I'm fully enjoying each moment. So yes, it might take time to listen yourself, but when you're sure of what you're hearing, of what you're understanding, go for it. Don't waste more time. First, this NGO aim the community development and the personal development in the same time. So my best wish to anyone is going through the NGO, maybe just 1/2 day or 1/2 year or 1/2 life, is or full life maybe, is to see clearly what is your thing and what is not, but to fully experience it, not giving up when you're meeting the first obstacle. Not giving up when you're meeting the first conflict, because life is full of obstacles and conflict, and it doesn't mean that you're doing your thing, you fully love, you won't meet any obstacle or any conflictual relationship. So find yourself and go for it, and step back if you need sometimes, in order to get back in the game as soon as possible. So yeah, that's very important in the community, to have space and moments to heal and care each other. So space of radical self-expression, space of radical healing. It can be massage, it can be psychotherapy, it can be coaching, it can be like just hair cutter, it can be eating together, it can be cooking together. So all these space are forms of expression, and that's the way we are watching each other. That's the way we are actively listening each other in order to develop this empathy. So Barcelona is a very open-minded city. It's a very cosmopolitan city where after a while staying here, you stop asking people where they're coming from. You stop having small talks, because you define yourself and people are defining themselves by their radical self-expression. This is a city where people are not judging you when you're expressing different opinions. They're curious about you. This is a city full of colors, and in terms of street art, as in terms of people, as in terms of opinions. So just be open, explore. People are different from you without judging, or at least avoiding negative judgment. Okay, so procrastination. Procrastination is in the same time our worst enemy, but also our guide. Our guide to know ourselves better. Procrastination is showing us that we consider ourselves as an individual, but we are not individual. We are influenced from many different influences. There's so many things happen in our life to impact my decision of now. And procrastination is the fear of these overwhelming influences. So preferring not doing instead of becoming myself. So this is how we define procrastination. How can I fight it? Well, first, discipline is definitely the key, but also without denying where procrastination wants to bring me, and try to design the path to get it back on what really matters for me. Okay, so self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is all the things we do in order to not achieve what makes us happy, to not achieve what makes us proud, and what makes us feeling fulfilled. So this self-sabotage is probably coming from the fear, and the fear is probably coming from our education, our family. Fears are going through generations sometimes. Fear are also coming from our personal traumatism. So the self-sabotage first need to be identified, because the majority of this self-sabotage is unconscious. There's the one is conscious and the one is unconscious. So when I start to be mindful of my self-sabotage, what I need is to build walls in order to prevent the first uh, symptoms symptoms of this self-sabotage, in order to reduce its frequency and intensity. There are 2 points we need to work on, and it won't work from a day to another one. So if someone is offering you a miraculous solution, it's probably cheating yourself and misleading yourself, and definitely won't be long-lasting solution. So yes, little steps are helping to shift big steps, but discipline is definitely the key. Mm-hmm. Well, being mindful that scrolling is smoking. When you're smoking, who wins? Not you. The only one is winning is the cigarettes producer. Well, it's exactly the same with social network. You're not winning anything. The one is winning are the shareholders and the CEO of the company. He is selling your data to you don't know who, but the ones want to sell you things. So you're definitely not the user, you're definitely the product. So, and by being the product, this is generating addiction and depression, because all these wonderful images you're seeing about your friends, about your family, are definitely not reflecting the reality. This is virtual. This is only the very teeny part they want to market, they want to sell to their community. So it's just sending you the image of yourself that you're a very ordinary person, you're not that interesting, and you should become an influencer and showing how your life is wonderful and feeding yourself with this congratulations, little heart. But this is also generating an addiction, and this is also disconnecting you from real relationship. And what makes us happy in life? Definitely the quality of our real relationship. So if you want to stop smoking, just stop it and replace it by very kind relationship with non-smokers, and the same with scrollers. So mindfulness is an amazing posture, but in order to practice mindfulness, you have to consider that this is like bicycle. If you want to practice bicycle, you can read books on bicycles. You won't be able to ride any bicycle. Come on, bicycle is easy. Okay, so if it's too easy for you, now try to ride a bicycle just on one wheel. It's possible. You just need to train regularly and again and again and again. So yes, mindfulness is helping carrying the present moment. It doesn't mean it's more important than the past or the future. It means it's more fragile. And our mind is always leading us to the past or to the future. The thing is, the past doesn't exist anymore, and the future still do not exist. So if we lose ourselves in the past and in the future, we forget to live our life. So our life is in the present moment. So empathy and compassion is definitely coming through active listening. To stop listening someone to prepare what I will say after. Just trying to shut our mouth. To keep the silence sacred when someone is talking, not interrupting. Making sure that the person had said everything she had to say. Waiting this person is asking your opinion before giving your opinion. Resilience is about focusing on your strengths and improving your strengths before working on your weaknesses. Accepting that you're definitely an improvable person. No one's perfect, but everyone is perfectible. Everyone is improvable. So not comparing ourselves to the others, we all are different, and this is why humanity is wonderful. And going through the people are accepting you as you are, but without being a victim, being actor, being the leader of your improvement, and getting close to the people most appropriate to help yourself to improve yourself, not the ones leading you to self-sabotage, even if they're very nice and very fun. So first, accepting that complex problems do not have simple solutions. If someone is selling you a simple solution to a complex problem, this solution is probably wrong. So you might have very short-term results that will probably increase the problem or not solving the problem at all. So equanimity is the word that means you manage your emotions, not having it too high, too down, just regulating it and embracing things as they are happening. Say, oh, this is definitely not what was expected, and I would embrace it anyway, before resisting to unforecasted events. Well, hobbies. There are plenty of way to meditate. So meditation might be very boring for you. I would recommend you to practice a mandala or to cut vegetables in the kitchen or to paint a wall or to clean your house. Ordering things, all these activities are kind of meditation, kind of meditating. When you stop your mind, when you stop your mental radio, this is definitely helping you to moderate your emotions. So plenty of activities are helping, but plenty of activities are fakely stopping your mind, like scrolling, social networks, getting drunk, watching a movie, watching a series, Netflix during the entire night, yeah, temporarily it's switching off your mind and mental radio, but it will come back, and it will come back much stronger than before. So definitely not a good idea. I don't believe there are good people and bad people. I just believe there are happy people and miserable people, which means that we all want to bring good things to humanity. But when I am suffering, when I cannot control my pain, when I feel I'm victim of too many bad events happen to me, I cannot help people. I cannot be happy. And unhappy people are not able to help. So help yourself first. Then you will be very helpful for the rest of humanity. The fear. The fear is our worst enemy. Uh, we are humans, one of the most vulnerable species, especially in our first months and years of life. We highly depend of love. And if our parents or adults in charge are abandoning us during our first week or months of life, we just die. So this fear of being abandoned is leading all the other fears. The fear of precarity, the fear of failing, the fear of not meeting expectation of our beloved. All these fear are preventing us to become who we are. They are preventing us to bring what we have to bring. We all are potential genius. And we all have incredible things to bring. But because of our fear, most of us will never bring it. So working on these fears, decreasing their intensity and their frequency is definitely helping us. All right, so if you feel you want to know yourself better by helping the others, it's definitely the method we use here, the method of inner development goals. And helping the others is definitely helping myself. So being ready to give during a slice of life, everything is defining who I am, giving my time, giving my emotions, giving my mental radio, giving my money, giving my skills, but also giving my humility, my failures, being ready to give up with my comfort zone is definitely what we need. We need people committing to give everything without saving anything, and to give, not to get. And the ones are ending their volunteer training with us with the feeling that they got a lot. They were very inspired. They end with a lot of clarity. Are the ones who gave everything without trying to get. So the more you give, the more you'll get. If you feel you don't get enough, it's probably that you're not giving enough. So welcome in Gifting World.